Welcome to this explainer. Okay, we're doing something kind of different today. We're going to look at a creative directive that's so incredibly brief, it almost feels like a trick, honestly. But hey, if you love dissecting the exact meaning of words to unlock some truly massive concepts, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to meticulously deconstruct this single fascinating prompt that asks for, well, literally everything, while giving almost nothing away. Let's get right into it. So here are the exact words right from our source material. Create a video of Earth short. Just boom, right there. It's incredibly bare bones, isn't it? I mean, there's no preamble, no polite little request. It is just a pure, unadulterated creative mandate dropped right into our laps. Section 1, the cosmic portrait concept. Framing our world. Okay, let's dive into this. Before we even get to the actual making of the video, we really need to understand the lens we're looking through here. And man, there is just immense tension built right into the title. On the left, cosmic portrait. Now that gives us this macro, deeply artistic, almost philosophical framing, right? But then on the right, Earth study, grounds us entirely in micro, scientific observation. It's this massive push and pull between the subjective artist's brush and the objective scientist's microscope. And you're basically being asked to hold both of these completely opposing ideas in your head at the exact same time. You know, what's truly fascinating to me here is the choice of the word portrait. Just think about it for a second. When we point a camera at the planet, we usually capture a landscape, right? A sweeping shot of mountains, maybe a beautiful sunset over the ocean. But treating Earth as a portrait? Wow, that fundamentally shifts our perspective. A portrait isn't really about capturing a place. It's about capturing an identity. So how do you capture the face, the character, or the actual soul of a spinning globe? That one word literally changes the entire assignment. And then we add the modifier, cosmic. We're not talking about some intimate, close-up portrait of a single tree or a bustling city street here. No, it implies a vast, macroscopic, truly universal perspective. The word cosmic applies this monumental weight to the portrait. It elevates the scale of the required video to something way, way beyond our daily human experience. It essentially demands that the viewer feel the absolute vastness of space surrounding our subject. Moving on to Section 2, Cinematic Earth Study, the methodology of observation. A short cinematic Earth study. I just want to let that contradiction sink in for a second. The juxtaposition of art and science here is profound. It's a beautifully crafted phrase from the source that gives the creator a nearly impossible task. Think about it. You have to be an artist and an academic simultaneously. Let's break down that word study. When you hear that, you don't think of some quick, shaky clip you take on your phone and immediately post online, right? A study implies a highly deliberate act of observation. And, in today's fast-paced media landscape, it is so incredibly rare to see a demand for this kind of intense patience and deep, prolonged scrutiny. It implies a really disciplined focus. You are meant to uncover something profound, to actually learn something new about the Earth by looking at it this closely and this carefully. But remember, it's not just a dry, clinical academic study either. The brief specifically calls for a cinematic approach. And that means the creator has to bridge the gap between clinical observation and dramatic art. Cinematic implies a highly specific visual language. We're talking careful lighting, intentional composition, deliberate movement that carries intense emotional weight. So you are studying the Earth, yes, absolutely, but you also have to make the audience feel something profound while you do it. Which brings us to Section 3, the directive. Create a video of Earth short. The pure execution phase. Let's see how this builds together. We can actually break the entire source text down into 3 sequential execution steps just to give a logical structure to this whole avant-garde prompt. First, you have to conceptualize a cosmic portrait. Basically, find the identity of the planet in the vastness of space. Second, execute an Earth study. Apply disciplined cinematic observation to that concept. And step 3, produce a short video. It's like a massive conceptual funnel, taking the infinite and squeezing it down into something tangible. Look at the actionable urgency of that formatting again. Create a video. It's not a suggestion. It's not, hey, think about it, or maybe write a draft. It demands immediate creative action from the artist. It's a direct, undeniable command to synthesize all that heavy philosophy we just discussed into a real, moving visual medium. It quite literally forces the abstract into reality. And here is the impossible restriction of Earth short.
The massive juxtaposition right here is honestly staggering. You're tasked with capturing the immense, infinitely complex subject of Earth. We're talking all its oceans, its billions of lives, its geologic history, its cosmic scale, but you are totally bound by the harsh, restrictive medium of keeping it short. You have just moments to convey the infinite. It's an absolutely incredible creative contradiction.
So the crucial point here is how this minimalist brief creates maximum creative tension. It's like a giant puzzle. You are dealing with an unbelievably vast subject in the Earth. You are required to use an artistic framing through a cosmic portrait. You must use a disciplined method through a cinematic study. And finally, you have to deliver the whole shebang in a highly restricted format because it must be short. The source material is handing us a puzzle with no easy solution, forcing the creator to make hard, impactful choices. Which leaves us right here. How do you capture the cosmos in a short? It's a profound challenge derived directly from the prompt we've analyzed today. Because, when you take away all the noise, when you strip a creative brief down to just a handful of words, the space left behind is exactly where true imagination takes over. So I invite you to imagine your own cinematic response to this command. What would your cosmic portrait look like? What single image or sequence could possibly define our entire world in just a few seconds? Keep that question in your mind, and thank you for joining me on this explainer.